Mame fa na se ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Me ye video na make about Ofori-Atta no. Madam for be said Dr. Ren wo breaking news. I'm say Mame fa nta wo be mo mo ne. Because Endra stories ne mood. In the breaking news na me pese me de mam ne die. Oni. On the down. I'm fa breaking news ne mam oni. They did the Kenneth Ofori-Atta. Ne papa, or your defoe, or your name defoe. The great grandfather was knighted as British Empire. He commissioned Takrade Habo. His great grandfather had many children. In fact, he had over 40 children. All the children were educated. He sent every child to school. Sir Kenneth Ofori-Atta. The grandson, Kenneth Ofori-Atta. There's been a breaking news. Enra, now me was story in that. And that is why I wanted people to understand where I'm coming from. What is the story? It's very simple. Kenneth has been released from detention center. Oh yes, he has been released from detention center. And MPP party members are jubilating. MPP party members are happy. Oh, Dr. Ren, we told you. Oh yes, I know. I even told you guys here. I even shared the news on my social media. So it is no news. I told you. The grounds say seeking for political asylum. I've told you the grounds are Ujina. I've told you the position statement. How they call court. In Tinya Fena, Obe can be before from. And I've told you he was seeking bail. So, Onyani Pabonini, Emanen Kotinefi, send you to me. I frequent in Wako Hospital. In Tianra Okofi. Okotna, aye, Nifi $3.5 million if you. Oh, yes. Our United States of America. Hospital. In Tianra Okofi. Okotna, aye, Nifi $3.5 million if you. Oh, yes. Our United States of America. So what is the breaking news? The breaking news is very simple. Many will say. There are many who can say. Ofori-Atta, your man bail no. The court is in the passport after he secured bail. He will reappear in court on April 27th. If he reappears on April 27th, is he going to face deportation proceedings? This is the trick. He wanted bail, and they have granted him bail. Oh, yes. I'm in fear letter. I'm in King Kai. If you're in a lawyer's anyway, I'm in King Kai free. On 7th April 2027, On April 7, 2026, Kenneth Ofori-Atta was released from ICE detention pursuant to judicial order. He is home with his family. Home, which means watofio. Okay. And maybe a home can be a home. Obia or no echo for visit. Okay, anyway. He is home with his family. This is a press release from Minka, Premo, or Sebonsu Bruce, Catlin, and Partners, OBB. Mr. Ofori-Atta remains fully committed to use due process in defense of his rights as guaranteed under the Constitution and laws of the United States. He and his family remains thankful to God Almighty and all those who have offered prayers and support during this period. Justice Kusiminka Premo Esquire, solicitor for Ken Ofori-Atta, 8 April 2026. And the assembly by Enra and Okofi. Now, Kenneth Ofori-Atta will reappear 27th April. According to my report and my source, the reappear will be about deportation process. But he's also going to fight against deportation. According to his lawyers, he has money to spend. So he has hired lawyers, expensive ones, to defend him. I have come across certain documents. I got it from my source. One, he is telling the United States of America that he is a bisexual, a gay man, and that if he goes to Ghana, they will get him arrested. Because Ghana is about to sign a law to criminalize gays. And because he identifies as gay, he is afraid to return to Ghana. This is the reason why MPP was pushing for Mahama to sign. And in fact, I spoke about it. But yesterday, when I saw the document, I said, no wonder they are pushing it heavily. MPP was pushing for Mahama to sign. And in fact, I spoke about it. But yesterday, when I saw the document, I said, no wonder they are pushing it heavily. So that once it is signed, once they get the bill and they sign the bill, they will use the bill and the accent of the president, attach it to their position statement and tell the judge that he needs human rights protection. Because if he goes back to Ghana, because he identifies as gay, they will arrest him. Now I understand. I fell for this victim. I fell for their trap. Lord have mercy. 2, he has attached videos of Ghanaians demonstrating in front of American embassy. And he's saying that on the placards, Ken Ofori-Atta should return home. Ken Ofori-Atta is a thief. I have not seen that one that says Kenneth Ofori-Atta is a thief. I haven't seen a placard that says Kenneth Ofori-Atta is a thief. But Kenneth Ofori and his lawyers have attached that video evidence. Pearl says, Dr. Ren, you are too much. Look, they have attached the video and they are saying that once Kenneth Ofori-Atta gets to Ghana, he is no more safe. And that he is pleading to the court to grant him protection and residency in the United States of America. I knew this would happen. I knew it. Happy man. See, you got more information, bro. I knew it was going to happen. You see, when I met Kenneth Ofori-Atta here in London, and I took pictures of him, I gave it to one big man in Ghana, a very big man in Ghana. And that big man also gave it to my brother Kevin Taylor. In fact, Kevin Taylor came out to say that he saw Kenneth Ofori-Atta at a restaurant. He's a journalist. That was not factual. That was not the truth, but he needed to say that. Behind the scenes, he knew that it was me that met Kenneth Ofori-Atta. When I saw Kenneth Ofori-Atta, he was not lying on a sick bed. In fact, I met him at a restaurant and he was chewing bones. I met him at a Chinese restaurant and he was chewing some Chinese chicken, some chicken wings. The guy was cracking bones. When I say it, people say, oh boy, it is that bad. Oh, that restaurant is a very posh restaurant and their food tastes very sweet. In fact, me myself, I was even cracking my bones. That is not usual of me. But the bones were so sweet and so soft. So if you don't take time before you realize, you'll be like, crap. Kenneth Ofori-Atta, Yagani, Philly Gadochi. I met him at a restaurant. He was there with his wife. And one, I don't know whether it's Black American or Black British. It was my brother. We saw everything at the funeral. And when they saw me, they told me I shouldn't take any pictures and videos. In fact, they came to me politely. And I promised them not to share the pictures and videos. You see, what people don't know is that when it comes to UK, MPP family, this is where they live. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's family lives here. In fact, he has families that have lived in this country for over 60 years. Oh, yes. They have family members that if I don't tell you, you wouldn't know. They occupy big positions here in the country. So it is not easy to be in UK and talk about Akufo-Addo, Kenneth Ofori-Atta, and even the Buzia family. It's not easy. You must have an iron steel in you. If not, you'll be done. Has abandoned us, using our own monies to pay US lawyers to defend him. Monies that was meant to build roads. Monies that was meant to build hospitals. Monies that was meant to create companies, factories. Monies that was meant to build the 4-tier interchange in Swami, Ashanti Ridge. Otilo, Ole, Juloi, Kwakwe, Ekeshika, Ejofoi. He has stolen our monies. He will never come back. This is what they did in 1957. They left Ghana and came to UK to seek for political asylum. In fact, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, his name on his birth certificate before he left the shores of Accra was William Ekufu. He was never called Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He was called William Ekufu. But when he came to UK to seek for political asylum, they changed his name to Nana Addo Dankwa, because at the time, Addo Dankwa, J.B. Dankwa, his maternal uncle, grand uncle, they used his name to seek for political asylum. So hence he changed his name from William Ekufu, Willie, to Nana Addo Dankwa. And guess what? He spells his Dankwa exactly as J.B. Dankwa. This is how they behave. Anytime we thought we're doing better than him, he went after Papa Kwesi Nduom, he went after Owura Kofi Amoaben, he went after Kwabena Dofo, he went after Seydou Agongo, he went after many people who were doing better than him. Kenneth Ofori-Atta. They destroyed Ghanaian banking sector. Yes, they collapsed Ghanaian indigenous banks. If not for nothing at all. Where credence is due, you have to give. Kufuor suffered, encouraged Ghanaians to invest in banks. And for the first time, many Ghanaians were encouraged to start investing in our banks. With all the hard work Kufuor did, Atta Mills came and continued. Mahama continued. When it got to the turn of Kenneth Ofori-Atta and his cousin Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, they collapsed Ghanaian indigenous banks, all in the name of, oh, it is insolvent. Until date, many Ghanaian businesses were collapsed. Ghanaian businesses are no much loans if these indigenous banks could not survive. All kudos to this criminal, Kenneth Ofori-Atta, the man that is worshipped by Achim Ebuakwa people. Oh yes, they worship him. When he sits on the high throne of Achim Ebuakwa, even the Ebuakwa Mahene bow to him. Kenneth Ofori-Atta. This man went after pensioners' money. His cousin told us there was not going to be any haircut. In fact, we are not going to touch any pensioners' money. What we saw was his cousin, Ofori-Atta, quickly going after pensioners' monies. For the first time in the history of Ghana, pensioners picketed. Many people died as a result of the bad governance policies by this man, Ofori-Atta. He is very wicked. He uses the Bible. He hides behind the Bible to steal from the poor people. In 1998, Serious Fraud Office, now Yoko, told the entire nation that this man should be prosecuted because he's a criminal. Today, the criminal who once upon a time told us that he will not abandon us, he will not forsake us, he will never leave us. Today, this criminal is fighting to have U.S. residence permit. Can you imagine? These were the people who lied to the nation Ghana that we should give them the power, and once we give them the power, they are going to do mighty things and greater things. Hey, not knowing it was a trap. For all the 8 years of his cousin's leadership in Ghana, he never went to Ashanti region to even pay homage and respect to Osei Tutu, Nyamekese, as the Ashantis call him, Asante. Do you know why? To him, Asante is nobody. To him, his forebearers were the ones that fought the many mighty wars. Oh, Kenneth Ofori-Atta. If you don't know, when he speaks, Akufo-Addo keeps quiet. When he speaks, Achim Ebuakwa Mahene, Ofori-Paying keeps mute. You have no idea. They kiss his hands anytime they sit to have a family meeting. Somebody asked me, why do you know so much about these people? Oh yes, this man used to be my father-in-law. Oh, you don't know? Oh yes, he used to be my father-in-law. I know so much. Oh yes, the Ofori-Attas. Yes, I know so much. He is very wicked person. Let me tell you one story. True story. In 2017, when he wanted to collapse in Nduom's bank, Nduom heard it. And Nduom quickly informed Otumfuo and told him, I have heard that my good friend Kenneth Ofori-Atta wants to revoke my GN bank license. In fact, the person who told me is very close to him, Kenneth Ofori-Atta. Guess what? Otumfuo called him. He never answered his call. Nduom reported the matter to Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo told him, oh, don't worry. Nobody will touch your bank. Akufo-Addo and Otumfuo spoke on GN Bank. He said, no, nobody will touch Nduom's bank. He said, I've been trying to reach out to your brother since Nduom told me about this news. So please, if it is the truth, let's find ways and means to help GN Bank, because GN employs a lot of Ghanaians. If GN owner Nduom has done anything wrong, let the law deal with Nduom, but help save the bank so that we can help save many Ghanaian workers so that they will not go home unemployed. Because unemployment, as we all know, is a national security issue. Guess what? Kuntun Kununku was not happy. Kenneth Ofori-Atta was not happy. Do you know why he was not happy? Who introduced Johnson Sirleaf to this man? When this man wanted to expand his bank, Data Bank, at the time he had no money. His good friend, Papa Kwesi Nduom, was a very good friend to Johnson Sirleaf, who became Liberia's president. Nduom and Johnson Sirleaf go way back in the United States of America. Johnson Sirleaf is a very, very filthy, dusted woman. She has a lot of money. One of the conversations between Nduom and Johnson Sirleaf, Nduom told Johnson Sirleaf that I've got a very good friend named Kenneth Ofori-Atta. He wants to establish an investment bank. And I know you are interested and you want to invest in such banks. My friend wants to start this bank, but he's having difficulties with finances. I'll be happy if you can assist my friend, Kenneth Ofori-Atta. That was how Nduom introduced Johnson Sirleaf to Kenneth Ofori-Atta. In fact, one of the days he was invited to the home of Johnson Sirleaf in the United States of America. Nduom did the introduction. Oh yes. York, as he was known then at St. Augustine's. Yes, Nduom was called York. One day we'll go into the reason why he was called York and why he abandoned the name York and called himself Papa Kwesi Nduom. Mr. York introduced this man to Johnson Sirleaf, a very good man who thought well of his own fellow Ghanaian. That, oh, let me also, I've gotten something good. I don't want to keep it to myself. I want to share it with you. In fact, I am not interested in investment banking. You are. But the woman also is also interested in people who are into investment banking. I want to help you. Nduom was not selfish. He said, I don't want to go into investment banking. My style of banking is not investment banking. But this man, your style is investment banking. Have him and let him help you to invest. In fact, Johnson Sirleaf invested heavily millions of dollars into this man. Guess what? When Johnson Sirleaf became the president of Liberia, she called Dr. Papa Kwesi Nduom and said, Kwesi, come and help me. Come and help me build Liberia. I need help. Nduom once again said, what about your friend? He said, oh, I have to leave Data Bank because I've gotten a new assignment as the president of Liberia. I don't want anything that the Liberian people would think that I have siphoned their money to invest in Ghana in somebody's bank. So she let go of her shares in Data Bank and concentrated as the president of Liberia. True story. Nduom told Kenneth Ofori-Atta, since your brother is still not in power, let's go to Liberia and help this woman. After all, she has invested a lot at Data Bank. This man wanted certain contracts in Liberia. Of all the contracts that he bidded, he was turned down. I don't know why Johnson Sirleaf would turn down. Most of the contract was given to Papa Kwesi Nduom. Not knowing this man was not happy. Not knowing he has harbored some hatred in his heart for Papa Kwesi Nduom. Papa didn't know. Papa thought they were good friends. Fast forward. When his brother became president, he told some members that go and tell Papa Kwesi that I will show him where power lies. We will cripple him. Because if we don't cripple him, he will become powerful with his GN Bank. It's everywhere. In fact, they have more branches than Ghana Commercial Bank. Every village, there was a GN Bank. This guy was afraid. How Nduom was becoming more popular and powerful. These people are full of hatred, eh? These people, the Dankwa Dombo Buzia people, they are the wicked people of Ghana. They are the enemies of progress of our nation. And I don't say it lightly. I say it with all the blood within me. Yes, all the blood that flows within me. These people are very wicked. Guess what he did to Dr. Nduom? He had a conversation with Dr. Nduom on phone. That same day, after the conversation, Dr. Nduom was happy. Finally, Kenneth Ofori-Atta says he's not going to collapse my bank. He asked me, how is my bank doing? I said, the bank is doing well. He said, okay, do you need any assistance from the government? He said, not really. I don't need any assistance. All that I need is that you put measures in place to help some of us, local Ghanaian indigenous banks, to grow and become mighty and powerful so that we can have branches elsewhere. In fact, as I am speaking with you, Kenneth Ofori-Atta, I have plans to establish a GN bank in the United Kingdom. I have already sent people to UK to do all the paperwork. Hopefully, very soon, I will open a new bank, GN Bank, in the United Kingdom. Hey! When Dr. Nduom told this man this good news, that he's going to open a branch of GN in the United Kingdom, this man became very angry. According to my source, in fact, I've worked for Dr. Nduom, yes, here in the UK. So I know what I am saying. Dr. Nduom processed almost 50 Ghanaians' document to come and live and work in the UK. Yes. When they came, every Ghanaian that was brought here by Dr. Nduom was given a good accommodation in some of the expensive areas in the UK. Yes, I'm talking about Kensington. Yes, they were living in plush areas. Dr. Nduom did not want any Ghanaian worker that he brought from Ghana to suffer in the UK. He was about to open a GN bank. Oh, hallelujah. These university students were happy to come and work for GN Bank in the UK. Guess what? The following week, Nduom, about GN Bank license being revoked. In fact, he thought it was one of those pranks. So he reached out to his management in Ghana. And they told him they've not received any letter. They've also heard it in the news. He said, let me call my good friend. He phoned. He phoned his friends. Kenneth Ofori-Atta. He never answered the call. We had GN radio in the UK. We had GN radio in the UK, and already all the documentation to open a GN bank in the UK, everything was almost done. If you don't know, go and join the foolish MPP people who never believe in the true story and facts. Guess what? This man never answered Dr. Nduom's call. So Nduom putting one-to-one, adding one-to-one to it, he realized that, oh, why is this guy not answering? Maybe he's busy. He will return my call. If it is tomorrow that Kenneth Ofori-Atta will return Nduom's call, then I don't know. He never returned the call of Nduom. We all know the story. His license was revoked. After increasing the capital money that a bank is supposed to have, he increased it over 300%. The board members of GN Bank were ready to pay. And guess what? They started doing propaganda, announcing it on radio through their MPP journalists that people should go and take their money from GN Bank. Yes. There was fear and panic in the system. Many people started withdrawing their money. This wicked man, this is what he did to Dr. Nduom. He eventually ended up succeeding to collapse GN Bank. Many Ghanaians lost their jobs. Many marriages collapsed. Many people became fatherless. Life was hard. This man was happy. Today, the happy man that collapsed Dr. Nduom's bank is begging to stay in the United States of America. Meanwhile, Dr. Nduom travels to USA to and fro freely without any pressure. In fact, he lives in his mansion in Chicago. Yes, Nduom. And look at this man. Ordering the already Dr. Nduom. Nanso no already onano. He thought he was collapsing Dr. Nduom's bank. Today, he's begging to live in America. He's begging the American judges that please don't deport me to Ghana. Allow me to stay in the United States of America. Oh, Kenneth Ofori-Atta. I mean, come say, and here for no, ye papa ni ye mama ni ye nibino. Ah, ye dear barbro chileno. Ye momo na nkebe pa chaw say, and my yam fa yam coffee, ye my antina krumha, yentimimbo ye bra. Now, one so. Ah, now we are former finance minister. One so be pachaw. E be siki for a asylum. Say ye ma wantina UK krumha. Hey, and na moka che say ma build Ghana no. Na mama Ghana ye great and mighty. Just 1 year ni. And I will patch out. See, I'm want to know USA. Now you're citizen of America. Hey! Inka ma yen here for. Ye mom ni yem patch out. Engineer authorities ne say. Momo say no ma mbo brani ye am fa ma yen ti ne yen ho e kire yen. Enswene, o ma say Ghana de. O ma say inuma na mmebunu ne maba wani nya bi ye. In fact, I will take away park no, the whole of West Africa, not Dr. Nduom, the company no, and not a supply the biggest in West Africa. Me no what say, Dr. Nduom companies be brave egu, no technical university, and near man na mebro ne maba wani jewo university wo. Let's say we and say we catch it. Omo one district, one factory. Omo say Dr. Nduom emfani take away company name farmer wo no mfanya one district, one factory. Or say there be. Omo catch and say we nim no see Ghana the omo de be no. And for some time, Dr. Nduom etna USA eche kakra. Because na omo say by force on fan the companies no what edna egua for a brim KEA. One district, one factory. Also on yet. To the extent say, Oko a year Volta region. Toilet are Dr. Nduom Sisima certain communities. Omo de ko share one more achievement book mu say omo sisi sa toilet no. Meanwhile, na ye Dr. Nduom GN Bank. Omo adwuma omo ye boa community. Omo social interventions are omo ye bidibua communities no. MPP for the share omo book mu say omo si toilets. Hey, idea na Dr. Nduom here. In fact, the Axim Beach, the sea defense contractors no bosi omo boy omo the year sea defense no. Ah, Atamel se mreso, Joma ama mreso. Omo bomb modenia yes omo ye sea defense no contractor ni Jesus sika no every GN bank ho so chine bi na contractor ni benya ni sika minim Yeshedama, omu contractors, omu bo busia wo GN Bank when na yentua wo ka send you menye bi akwako tua omu loans. These are the criminals. And when I hear young men, when I hear young women say some we MPP for, me se mumu nim the ideology for no amudi womachi. Mon research amunsia. Efa oman Ghana. Omu amaya kachi. The bitterness. The jealousy, greediness, wickedness. Enti yankoye nim. Eyesa ebusia kowe. Kuntun kununkun Ofori-Atta ebusia. JB Dankwa ebusia. Dombo ebusia. Busi adie. Ono obeye ni die na echire oyi ne hu firi mu. A fact-finding show. I am the only journalist that could find me call a report me ma British police. Omentimi nya semboni bian kan family. Near catch them say me see Ghana government. Nam see there be. Me see me Ghana government. Me try me touch Maria. Me Nambia. I go by the name Dr. Red. Papa. You came for man from me D sexy. Papa Ghana. Me cannot credit. Me sounds you a bear mark could do for pa. In Zama Kotokodeshi enemy. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Sajifo, the great grandson enemy. Before Lembele. Akwanedra. No crana make a job. Ladies and gentlemen, into breaking news, Nina say, 15th of June, Kuntum Kununkun, a betray the intia, or ye gay, na ompese, ebemanaba Ghana. Afroma, Michiamo. In Chiakasia Enkoma Her Excellency Mrs. Sabazita Bensina ene Obabeshrebi program nibi. Oba ene so Wameshene keke or sansu share mi video no. Mame medasi. Minimse obo edwumapa. Yensu we UK ha. Emwo bia wo hia bia no. Ye be support you. Na wo vision anyway ni so ade hu no. Etimi abem. Ye mame Mrs. Sabazita Benson. Ghana fo nyina ye wo UK. Ono ana odaya no a wo hwe so ukọ nkotodwe nim na wo bompaya na wabọ modin abobi ede amano sanso ena yempen for mo Ghana wo so tutu no mayi bompaya se omenya eye solution to solve the problems are ever o see who be gay doctor Kenneth Ofori-Atta o so ye gay ntia me mfa ne ba Ghana abusia mo amobaye amudi matem mo ye menuanum Ghana fo mene mo na te Ghana 8 years of Akufuado or the dollar ni free 4 cedis okoja ni 17 cedis. Was him in continue Adams asem na ya Adams da was him to us Adams be gina me na so for 2 hours ye pon adwuma ba ya be gina na so esi etimi nyamre na etimi koku didi na kakra na eja yesa ye studies ni esua de kakra why me program me no sponsorship no support but the love of Ghana and team. I'm also a family man. I need to take care of the home both UK here and also Ghana. Why I mean them nyina amase Nyame adumoa ewa ba beto aso say please we need part 2 yo Martin now say who told you 17 don't lie MPP ni biaba say NPP for enja dollar no was 17 cedis it was me twantro me so me show no a fact finding show me twantro and into ono nti yenkonkoti asemo a Brian Echampon ekaye MPP ni an person obey a MPP flag bearer or no semina me twantro and now I can't sleep.
If you can't sleep, why are you calling me?
Semina me twantro and now Brian Echampon e twantro dia yenkotie Brian Echampon because me show we no the fact finding show me hanen tronia because painful akukudam etie me ti me mase me begu me ho animu ase and now information am dey ma won so me ma information e poison because me mouth poisoner ebe kwa wadwenem na akwa affect wadwene ene woni padua no eni ntie Brian Echampon wose say MPP ni muntie no
na fa win election mawo eto so mienu Akufuado say o dey abrantie bi ba
ama na be hihye Ghana sika ama emu aye de ama odi ahoto aye de abre ye fa dollar no from 4 ye pam ye fi aban no na dollar no was 17 yama how much the economy no na running na fa win election ma wo ho ye dey fit for e dey accord 17 e provide a line e wo Ministry of Finance e jira e konso e jobu sika areho ye dey apamo ye say fertilizer na beje ye lusu wo ba su bi ho no e to so ye lu e ku fu adu se o dey abrantie bi ba ama na be hihye Ghana sika ama emu aye de ama odi ahoto aye de abre ye fa dollar no from 4 ye pam ye fi aban no na dollar no was 17 yama how much the economy no na running na fa win election ma wo ho ye dey fit for e dey accord 17 e provide a line e wo Ministry of Finance e jira e konso e jobu sika areho ye dey apamo ye say fertilizer na beje ye
Intimi nua no mo ote se Brian Champion ka se dollar no mo fa free 4 cities and mo jai see 17 cities we enya Dr. Ren e ka o Godi Afro Mami Busa said, did you get your answer? Yeah, man.